good morning. My name is Hana Zakia. I am from University of Sumatera Utara. Right now, I would like to try to explain about neurolinguistics from what I have learned and read before. Some of you might have been asking some questions related to this topic. Maybe like why are communication systems so elaborate and so different from other animals, or does language use the same kind of neural computation as other cognitive systems, or so on. So I'll try to explain and let's get started. Now let me tell you what neurolinguistics is. Neurolinguistics is a field of the study that comprises the linguistics and medical science that study about the relationship between language and human brain. Neurolinguistics study is a study of understanding the functions of brain and processing the language activity. In this study, the researcher studies on how brain plays its role in processing the activities such as speaking, listening, reading, writing, and using the sign language for those who use the technique to communicate in their daily lives. To make it simpler, we can say that neurolinguistics is the study of the relationship between language and the brain. Next, let me tell you the parts of the brain. Human brain consists of three parts, which are known as forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Hindbrain is the lowest part located at the base of skull. It has two important structures, medulla and cerebrum. Medulla oblongata controls respiration, reflex movement, digestion, and heart beating. It also connects brain with spinal cord and they are crossed. Cerebrum controls muscle spasticity, coordinates the muscle movements, and also controls body balance and body movements. The smallest part of brain is the midbrain, which is located above the brain stem. It functions for receiving the sensory signal from sense organs such as eyes and ears. The most vital part of human brain is forebrain. This area consists of three structures: thalamus, cerebral cortex, hypothalamus, and corpus callosum. And the largest part of the brain structure is cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex consists of two structures that are quite same, however, they have different functions and are known as right hemisphere and left hemisphere. So, human brain has two hemispheres, right hemisphere and left hemisphere. Both of the hemispheres have different functions. Roger Sperry is a biopsychology expert who has proven that each hemisphere of human brain has different specialties. Both sides of brain play different roles. The left side functions for critical thinking and the right side functions for creative thinking. Right hemisphere involves music, fantasy, literature, intuition, painting, and understanding of saddening experiences. The right side of the brain is the center of creativity abilities. It tends to specify the academic subjects such as journalism, art, and oral communications. Right hemisphere was known as the part that functions and knows other behaviors, while left hemisphere managed the process such as language, logic, mathematics, writing, and understanding of the pleasant experiences. The linguistic specialty is located on the left hemisphere of brain. This hemisphere functions in monitoring the grammar ability, understanding the other's utterances, naming objects, repeating something, reading, and writing. So that's why, since 1861, the left area of brain is considered as the dominant area of speaking and language ability. However, based on the result of the researches since the last 20 years, it has shown that right area of brain also functions for the language ability and speaking. Hence, the neurology experts agreed that most of the language are located at one hemisphere. Now let's talk about an injury in the brain that can cause a trouble or language disturbance. When an injury occurs in Wernicke's area, it will cause the patient's speech understanding to be lost, while for patients suffering from injuries to the Broca's area, it will cause obstruction of speech production. Next, we will discuss language-related disorder affecting the brain. Language disorder is also known as aphasia. From results of previous studies, several types of aphasia were found involving the relationship of language and the brain. So if we are looking for a case about neurolinguistics, dyslexia can be one of the example. Now let me tell you about dyslexia. Dyslexia is aphasia from writing and reading. As we all know that I have mentioned before that aphasia means language disorder. Dyslexia is caused of disturbance in reading and writing. There are several types of dyslexia. It happens when an individual is non-proficient in reading and writing. And the other simple example of neurolinguistics is when we understand or say a word like orange, we are likely to use information about what orange look, feel, smell, and taste like, even though we aren't aware of doing this.